Martin Luther King was absolutely positively not done. He had lots to do. And working well with JFK and then Lyndon Baines Johnson, LBJ, got the Voting Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act passed to help out with African American registration and voter suppression, trying to remove those things. But it took time. Brown versus the Board of Education opened the door, but it's going to take 25 years and a lot of fighting and a lot of people dying for equality to take place in some of these states. And if you look today, in places like Tennessee, the gerrymandering that's occurring by the parties in power and the underrepresentation of people of color, it's still an issue. It's still an issue. Still an issue. But I digress. African Americans mobilized behind Martin Luther King. Again, strikes, boycotts. They got their voice out. And again, along with the women fighting against Vietnam as part of the counter protest to that, hurting the federal government and dividing the nation on a war that we should not have been involved in. And then you had the more militant aspect, which is the Black Panthers. Now, the FBI did everything humanly possible to try and break that up, and they were successful by the mid-70s. The last thing that white America wanted at that point was armed black men. They were really fearful of someone like Jim Brown coming around. Or John Brown, sorry, not Jim Brown. Jim Brown was there, and he would have led it. And John Brown from the 1850s, who tried to lead an insurrection against slavery. But they were working together, and the Black Power movement, you can see the most vivid demonstration of that in the 1968 Olympics in Mexico City, when the winners of the gold and silver medals stand up and pronounce in front of the world, Black Power. They were fighting for human equality. People were upset. I was negative too. In retrospect, I'm very proud. But it was a time of tumultuous change, and I am leaving one group of people out, and that's terrible considering its pride. June 28th, 1969, Stonewall Inn was raided by the New York City Police Department, setting off 6 days of riots, fighting between homosexuals. People were looking for rights for homosexuals and the police department. The next year, in 1970, while I was being walked around by my mom, because she was pregnant with me, was the first gay pride parade. And it was based on Christopher Street by Christopher Park, so it was close proximity to the bar that started the whole thing. So yes, that was a dramatic change to pride. Started in 1969, but really started in